Hi folks, I am 12MJRPMDS14, but you can either call me 12, 12MJ, and or MJ. And so for today, I'm showing you my apps and in terms of the art apps and to compare them. So I have up to 5 apps shown here, which is Ibis Paint X, the free version, Krita, MediBang Paint, HiPaint, and Infinite Painter. And so far, I'm choosing Ibis Paint first because it is the oldest app that I have used in a long time. And this is essentially how Ibis Paint works. I'm going to create a new canvas essentially. Let's start with a 2000 by 2000 pixels. And this app is quite old. It's they're in the very early 2010s as far as I remember and did research. However, I haven't installed this app until mid 2010s. Well, mid to late 2010s. As I was searching for a good art-based apps, and Ibis Paint came. It's even surprisingly available for iOS 9 for iPad mini and older iPhones. And this essentially has brushes as well as the ability to customize them. And yes, there's ads also in this app, which I do recommend to turn off your Wi-Fi to disable the seeing ads. But if you want to unlock the brushes by using the ads, you can have a free use of 4 hours maximum to use them. And once you ran out of your 4 hours, you can watch an ad to basically unlock them again for the next 4 hours, which that's how it essentially works. And it has a advanced customization for the brushes in the menus. In older versions, they didn't have this much customization before. This is the latest known version of Ibis Paint, essentially. And I'm using one of the default pens, which is the dip pen, which is the only free one that I use, alongside a standard pen, my other default, and there's also airbrush. You can very much customize your own preferred brushes, as well as naming them as well. It's any kind of name that you basically need. And here's the basics list. And you already seen the custom over here. And then there's also online that you can download some brushes online if you want. And it has a various other tools. So far, one of my favorites is the a custom color palette, which you can use to create and save colors. I already overhauled the older default color palette, but you can customize your own custom colors by using these sliders of hue, saturation, and value. And if you want, you can also opt for a red, green, and blue or the RGB options. I don't mind the accidental taps. That's because my phone is curved screen. So apologies if it's quite very much disturbs your eyes. And here's the standard color wheel, which also has hex code available. And you can put in the value of the exact colors you want. Which that's how is essentially works. But you can also use the color picker to select the colors that you want as well. which is like right here in this like section. Might as well use this cyan as an example. And I'm going to use like the brush dip pen. I probably basically use eyedropper. And right here is like, I'm going to like basically demonstrate with a second color, and then essentially like this is like how you can like select the colors, which is like one of them. It's like the usual like standard way of like art apps these days have for like ease in terms of like selecting specific colors. There's also like various features like paint bucket tool, also very useful to like fill in like exact like spots of color that you want. And like even there's like effects such as like various like filters essentially, which has these. You can also have like frame, which is my preferred default. You can also like choose specified, such as this, or this, or this, or even this, and even a swirl and twirl, which kinda like very much adjust like these kind of colors like that. There's also like some that you kind of like need to like unlock via ads or like premium, judging from like one of those like highlight marks over here. So you can like exit that. And you also have like layers, which is also standard. Ibis Paint lets you have like a unlimited amount of layers over here. And then you can also like delete them essentially. And like that's basically like how one of the basics of like how Ibis Paint works. And even like a bit of like menu adjustments. You can also like save image, and like in settings you can like mess around with the like features. Like reference window is quite good to like see like your artwork in like big detail, and then like you can also like use it to like move around the canvas this way instead of like moving around the canvas like with your fingers like this, especially if you don't want to mess it up unless you want to use your fingers to rotate, just like this, which is very useful to like not accidentally like draw or like color on it essentially, like any drawing you work on.
With Sakai, you can
Apologies for that random ad, like that usually happens when you're connected to Wi-Fi. And yes, there like Ibis Paint is also promoting me like features that I don't necessarily need, like a folder. So let's move on to like the next application, which is my secondary like a platform that I would use in case like something goes wrong with Ibis Paint over there. And before I switch, like this is basically like the like a preferred like a standards in terms of like tools within like digital art programs and apps these days. And let's see what the other four art apps like got compared to like Ibis Paint and got standard features there. Well, if they have all of them, that is, or like some. Now let's go to the next app. Oh, I forgot to mention that like there's also like Ibis Paint's unique feature of a speed time-lapse video. And you can also save artwork at a specific point so that you can go back to a certain a part of your artwork that you want to save, such as a rough sketch or the line art only version of your artwork, especially if you want to use it as a coloring page. And here you press I so that you can adjust the video playback of your built-in artwork progress of being shown here in terms of how it's made. You can go without window or with window. I'm going to show what with window looks like, and that's essentially with window. And there's another one without window, somewhat similar, but it doesn't have the user interface or UI of Ibis Paint with the tools and other menus shown here. View fixation is like Ibis Paint's default, but it kind of looks boring. And if you want your process to be seen in a more in-depth way, you can basically use a with window view, especially if with the case of AI using a data from people who do speed painting time lapses, which this so far with the without and the with window options help ward off the problems with essentially removes the some of the risk of being called an AI fraud. And you can also do stuff like the time-lapse save for your time-lapse video, and save your artwork as an image in either a PNG or JPEG. And you can adjust a resolution or use AI disturbance to ward off a AI data theft of your artwork's data. And you can also delete this artwork as well. And delete this one. And now let's properly go to the next app right now. So next app shown here will technically be MediBang. MediBang will be my second a secondary application that I would use for making art. You can have this, and you can also enable a time lapse. And here's a MediBang's a UI. It looks quite strange, somewhat different than Ibis Paint's menu. Some of the features are the same, but other features are kind of different. There's some features that are unfamiliar, especially if you want to use certain tools. And sadly, there's no way to look directly in the app on identifying which one is the feature that you actually needed. And so far, there's a save color palette here. You can save any amount of colors that you want. And there's also this, the custom brushes as well. It also has a default brushes, which they seem more accessible compared to Ibis Paint's brushes. You can't access some of your preferred custom made brushes. So you're going to need watch ads in order to unlock them, essentially. But at least like there's less like brushes that you want to like watch ads for. But like essentially like you don't need to like uh like worry about accessing that much brushes. Like some of the tools are familiar, like a color fill. Like you just need to select the colors first. No, like we don't need to. Like I'm going to like choose black, and there we go. We got that one working. You can also have like brushes. You can have the eyedropper. I'm going to select white as the pencil essentially, and then try like also like using this, and like there's like a magnifying glass to get the color palette that you want with the, but the canvas is a bit tiny. But you can still essentially get colors by just carefully scrolling this way, and zoom out your canvas, and then it essentially does this. Like you just need to go inside the canvas, but it's still gonna be hard to see due to the fact that it will overlap like this. So yeah, like a eyedropper is gonna be a little harder to use, making it extremely wonky in a bad way. There's also layers. Let's test out layers. So far there's these options put a type of layer where it'd be adding images in terms of taking photos and saving selecting a saved image in your gallery, which I always use the option gallery image selection as opposed to taking a photo. And sometimes this UI is kind of harder to use compared to Ibis Paint and some of the other art apps, which takes time. I'm still figuring out how to use another layer. So most likely I'm going to use a color layer and test out the limits, if it can go beyond these layer numbers, probably 10. And yeah, so far MediBang seems to have a kind of a unlimited layers. And you can also delete. You can also press the show, don't show this again, but I prefer to have this so that it's a safeguard in case you had second thoughts in removing that. But then again, you have the undo and redo button. But still, it's a good idea to keep this one just in case. And that's basically it. So sometimes it's also difficult to exit the menu. But it's kind of like this, save. And
how to earn money with artificial.
Yeah, apologies for that ad, but yeah, very much as always, like I recommend like turning off the Wi-Fi doing this.